I started using Logic on my MacBook, and I think I have achieved a better sound, more of a sound that I have in my head now. I did the drum video. The drums sound leaps and bounds better. It actually sounds like somebody's playing a drum. I was using an online web interface for a drum machine, which was fine. It worked, but this is way better. So the drums up the game, so I needed to do it with the guitar. In Logic, it has stuff like GarageBand, and it just didn't sound. It sounded like it's like I didn't do anything at all, which is not what I was going for, obviously. But I have Amplitube. Amplitube is good. It has its merits. It's not exactly where I want it to be, but it's a step up. So I just decided to take the next big leap and do Bias FX 2. Bias FX 2 has, out of the box, almost exactly what I want. So looking at it here, I open up a new audio interface by just right clicking and choose new audio. This is not a tutorial. This is just me making a note of how to do this, so that way if I get knocked in the head tomorrow, I can still come back and try to figure out how to do this again. Now, what we want to do is choose that. So now we go to our mixer option and then choose our plugin. So Bias FX, choose mono, and it loads. It's just a plugin. I bought the mid tier. There's 3 tiers: the regular, the mid tier, and then the elite. I forget what the mid tier is, but it's, for what I do, like I said, it's almost perfect. So you can choose from the options that they have here. They have a lot of different options that sound, for the most part, pretty good. Or you can go to ToneCloud, and they have stuff that's sanctioned by the artist, or created by the artist at least. And you can choose one of these options here. I didn't even notice there was a Tosin Abasi. That guy's great. Anyway, and Marty Friedman, of course. I'm a huge Megadeth fan. Pedal board, and you can search for whatever. So this guy was doing one, and I chose one called Tread Plate, which is like a Mesa Boogie type deal. But it was good. But I found one. I just searched Slayer because I was like, well, maybe somebody did something close to Slayer, and I found one that, out of the few that I found this one. I think it was great for what I do. So it's called Kingslayer Metal. So you have the option here. Actually, you should turn on. There we go. The only thing I do to modify it is I turn off the reverb. So it's really dry and right in your face, because that's what I want. It just sounds really great. It sounds how I have a lot of the stuff in my head. That's sort of where it comes from. And it's got a great gate. Look at that. Stops on a dime. It's really nice. So that's Kingslayer. Now the thing with this is you can take this option here and modify all the settings that you want and add things. So you can also choose dual. So you have 2 heads, and you could actually have a mixer here too. But for me, I just do the single head because it just sounds great. So you have all your pedals. You can choose all different types of pedals, all different types of heads. One thing I'm gonna do is make my own based off of this, but probably use a different cabinet. Maybe not. It just sounds really great. It gives you that really harsh, angry, just a distortion that just lasts for a few seconds. And nice and metal. It sounds really good. It has a really nice grate with your, sounds good with my attack. And so, I think I finally found where I'm going to be creating music, at least for a while. And it's exciting to have something that sounds more close to what I have in my head. So all the tools that this has, it has all the tools that GarageBand has, but way more, obviously. But this thing, Bias FX2, and I got it with a coupon, so there you go. It was on sale because I'm doing this around Mother's Day, so there's a Mother's Day sale, and then if you give them your email, you get an extra $10. Just create a Hotmail or something like that. That's what I have, a Hotmail account, so that way you can put all your stuff in there, and they can spam it till they're blue in the face, and it doesn't really bother you. An extra $10 off, and this thing is, overall it costs as much as like a small, decent amp, but it's all on my laptop. I can carry it around, I can play, and I can just plug in my interface, and then just plug in and go. It just sounds really great. It's exciting to sit here and just play, and then play it out, and just have it come out, and it sounds, I'm not going to say it sounds good, because I'm not under the illusion that somehow this is going to make me a better guitar player or whatever, but it just sounds better. I mean, how good is that? So this is Bias FX2. Like I said, this is just me making notes of what I did to get to where I am right now. So if something happens, I can always revert back to this video and say, oh, okay, that's what I did. So, Bias FX2. Oh, maybe I should turn the volume down. There we go. It works great. If you're on the fence about buying it, and you have a couple bucks to throw around, you already have Logic, I would get it. It's great. I'd seen it. This has been around for a while, but I was always intimidated by it, and I just wish I hadn't been. I wish I got this a while ago. Anyway, Bias FX2 works great.